Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Earl and today you're going to be cooking with me. One of the things that drives me nuts is powdered cheese sauce. It's processed, it tastes gross, and you never get a good sauce. But if you can learn how to make a basic cheese sauce, you can use it for nachos, you can use it for pasta, you can use it for just about anything you want and flavor it however you want. So today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your own cheese sauce at home that you can use on the different meats that you cook and pastas, all those different things, but I'm going to show you right now. So what I did ahead of time is I got about 2 cups right here. This is a 2-cup deal. I put 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in it. I filled it about 1/3 of the way with cold water and just incorporated the cornstarch, got it nice and smooth, and then I topped it off with heavy whipping cream. The next thing I got is I got about 2 cups, 2 1/4 cups of shredded mild cheddar cheese. I went ahead and cooked up some Savory Butcher hickory smoked bacon ahead of time because today I'm going to be making something pretty cool, but I want to show you how you can make this cheese sauce, and I decided I had to add bacon because I love it. And then I took 3 slices of Munster cheese. Now Munster cheese is a really smooth cheese when it melts down, so I wanted to put that in there, as well as 4 ounces of cream cheese. I'm going to start over here at the stove, and I'm going to take some of the butter that I made yesterday on one of my other shows, which is the rosemary garlic butter, and I'm going to use that for my fat content before I add my roux and the extra 2 cups of milk that I'm going to put in. So for frame of reference, I've got my roux, which is 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I've got about 2/3 of this cup, which is about a 2-cup measuring tool with heavy cream, about 1/3 of it's cold water. I'm going to fill this up again one more time with regular whole milk as the mixture starts to heat up, and we're going to make a cheese sauce. So come on over here to the stove with me and we'll get started. I'm going to take our bigger burner here, fire it up, and we'll grab our butter. I'm going to go ahead, because it's pasta and I love it, I'm going to add 2 of these little balls right there. We'll get those melting down. And I want this to be as smooth as humanly possible, so we're going to get this. I think I'm going to grab a lid. And we'll grab a little coated whisk. I think we'll do that. Put this on here. Get this moving around. Let that butter melt. As soon as that butter starts to melt, I'm going to start adding some of the other ingredients. I won't be adding the cheese, these 2 cheese elements here, until my mixture is about at boiling, because I want to make sure that these melt in really well. This one here you'll see I'll add a little bit earlier because new special or cream cheese will actually melt down pretty smooth and pretty creamy pretty quick. Oh yeah. Butter's doing what it should do. Melting down. We'll turn the heat down just a little bit. And I'm just using a little tiny whisk because I don't want to scratch up my pan, but this is not hard, you guys. If you wanted to make, let's say you wanted to make a cheese sauce for nachos. Well, you'd add in chili flakes, you'd add in some taco seasoning, things like that. And I'd actually take the taco seasoning and put it in with my roux, so I got it starting to dissolve down. All right, that is looking good, so we're going to start adding this roux. Looks good. I've got all of the cornstarch out of there. Mix that in with the butter. And just a little bit. I'm going to take this same cup. I'm going to add a cup of milk to it. So I'm going to add another cup whole milk. We're going to fill this up so it's actually about, this is just shy of 2 cups, just barely shy of 2 cups. This starts thickening really quick. First thing I'm going to add is my bacon. That's about 6 slices of bacon. And we're going to add our cream cheese. Let's start moving down. Oh yeah, look how thick that gets, how quickly it gets thick. So now I got to start adding some milk because this is thickening up really fast. Go ahead and get that milk all added in there. Let it smooth down as we go. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, I do believe. You know what? Why don't you go with the pepper right here? Once this cream cheese is pretty well melted down, that's when we're going to add the other cheeses, and we will not be far away, you guys. I don't like that little thing there, so we're just going to grab a wooden spoon now. I'll take this and I'll start breaking up this cream cheese a little bit. Get it melting down faster. As this gets closer to coming up to a boil, we will be set. So I'm going to cover that for just a minute, let the heat come up. I think so we're making a cheese sauce. I like pepper. I don't like to add too much salt to things, depending on what I'm cooking, but I'm gonna add a little more pepper to this, and the grinder's not coming out as fast as I'd like, so we will go big time. Coating of pepper on there. We'll just wait for this to melt down and come up to a boil. And I don't want a full-on rolling hard boil on it. I just want the bubbles to start coming up. That tells me it's getting hot enough that I know I can incorporate the cheese, and I'm just minutes away from it being done. So some of you might wonder why I put my bacon in early. I want to get as much bacon flavor in this cheese sauce as possible because I'm going to be using it in a cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger pasta dish here a little bit later. So I cook my bacon pretty crispy, and that kind of helps reconstitute. The Savory Butcher bacon is so good, you can actually buy it in the link below this video. But I want to get as much bacon flavor in there as possible. I like it, and we're doing something kind of cool with cheese sauce today. Okay, see how the bubbles are starting to form on the outside here? As soon as that happens, this is going to start thickening up rather quickly. So I want to make sure that I'm stirring because I don't want to scald any of that milk to the side. So once I get these bubbles coming up like this on the side, I'll turn the heat down a little bit. And I'm just going to maintain that heat. I don't want this to boil up and over. But I also want it as smooth as possible, so I'm going to constantly keep working this. If I had a thermometer in here, which I don't, over in this kitchen, I need to grab one, I would show you what the temperature is on this. Okay, that's thickening up quite a bit here. So, now we're going to add this cheese. We're going to get that working in there. That's the mild cheddar, shredded, thick cut. Look at that, it starts to change the color of the cheese sauce. Melts down pretty darn quick. That's looking good. Now we're going to start adding in the Munster. Get that melting in there with it. It's just 3 slices of Munster, but it adds a little more creaminess to it. I like the flavor. You'll start noticing as you go along that you'll start getting some of that cheese pull going to that stretch of melted cheese. We are just about there, ladies and gentlemen. Grab a spoon, give it a taste. That is so good. You also notice when you're making a cheese sauce, as it starts to boil, if you watch some of the boiling, it'll actually start pulling away from the sides as it boils. So as opposed to the bubbles come up, you see how it creates a little separation right there? That's how you know you've got just enough cheese in it. And we are fully melted in. Oh my gosh. So much. Look at my ladle just sticking right on my spoon here. So I'm going to cover this. Set that back to the side. Turn this off. And actually, I'll show you guys over here on camera. If you look at that, that is a beautiful, beautiful mild cheddar, medium cheddar, Munster and cream cheese sauce. And this is going to go over pasta here in a little bit. But that's how simple and easy it is, you guys. If you want to make your own cheese sauce, just grab some dairy product, a little bit of butter, make a roux, add in some cheese, melt it down, and you are going to have a fantastic cheese sauce. And it's not processed, it's not powdered, it's not in a package, and it's so much better for you and so much better on the great products that you're probably making at home for your family. Hey, I'm Earl, this is my kitchen. I'll talk to you here in a little bit, but that's how you make homemade cheese sauce.